Hello everyone, welcome back to my Let's Play of TerraFirmaCraft. I have spent a little bit of time off camera, as it were, doing some panning for gold. I actually broke 2 pans. The process is kind of interesting, although a little tedious, which, again, I'm okay with it. It's not really that big of a deal. You do end up eroding away at the coastline a little bit. You have to move around as, I guess, different areas can become completely expended. I would guess that it's probably based on the chunks. Seems like the easiest way to do it. So as long as I keep moving around, I can keep panning. And I believe I can actually just take sand with me. I don't think that there's any particular, it doesn't have to be local, though I'm not entirely sure. I did end up with a decent amount of material, and I've been kind of contemplating what to do with it. I looked into some things very briefly to try to figure out how the whole smelting system works, so I have a rough idea. I know you can make alloys, and I know that there are certain tiers, and they have to be certain heat values. It's pretty involved. But one thing I'm pretty sure about is that I can take a ceramic vessel, I can fill it with 10 copper, native copper, and then if I fire that, it will then melt it, and I'll have a ceramic vessel filled with 10 native copper. So while I'm doing that, I also want to grab my clay, where was my clay? There it is. I'm going to grab my clay, and I'm going to form, looks like I'm going to need to dig some clay up. I want to form an ingot mold, because I want to try to store it as an ingot. And I also want to make a tool mold. So as far as the tool that I want to make, and I'll go ahead and put some of this stuff down while I'm talking here. As far as the tool that I want to make, there's a number of tools that I can make. First of all, I can make metal versions of the ones that I already have. Secondly, I have access to new tools that I've never actually dealt with. And so I have a decision to make, basically. And that decision is, do I want to expand with new technology? Do I want to make some more convenience? Do I want to, what do I want to do with the tools? So considering how much of a pain it is to do panning for gold or panning for materials, I think my focus is going to be on allowing me to mine. My food supply is okay. I still have a ton of seaweed. I have animals that I can kill if I need to. So I think I want to get a pickaxe. And so to that end, I'm going to use my clay, the last of my clay. I mean, I know where there's tons of it over there, to make a pickaxe mold. And off the top of my head, I don't actually remember what the recipe is for that, so I will be right back. Okay, so easy enough. It's basically this. And there we go. Now I have a clay pick mold. So when I use the ingot, when I have this melted, I believe I can either fill the mold or I can fill it into an ingot, and then I could subsequently later melt the ingot down and then reshape it using the same process. That's my guess. I'm going to operate on that assumption. I want to try this out just to see if I can store ingots in other methods until they're actually needed. I do need some straw to be able to start this fire, so I will grab that. I'm going to need to chop some more trees down today as well. Let's grab some willow logs. We're going to need the logs here. Fill this up with the straw. Fill this up with the logs. And I do have a fire starter. Hey, look at that. We got it really easy. So hopefully, if I've done this right, that will melt that down and fire the other 3. Fire those 3 molds so that they're actually usable. So I also happen to notice that the whole process takes 8 in-game hours. So if I come back at hour 22, I should be in good shape. I actually do want to fire a few more things. I want to get a couple more gold pans so I can do some more panning. And I'm going to need clay for that. So let's run over and do that. Also, while I'm out and about, I want to check over in this island here, or this part of my island, assuming it is part of an island, because there is a good chance that well, not a good chance, but there is a chance that ravine that I saw has some exposed ore in it. Finding the ore generation in this mod is significantly changed from vanilla Minecraft. So I just want to take a quick look here to see if I can see any exposed ore. I would normally just bridge across, but you can't actually do that. Not without certain types of blocks. I don't feel like using any logs. I can't just make a dirt bridge because the dirt will fall. Okay, I'm not seeing any. It doesn't look like there's any cave entrances either, so that's a little unfortunate. I was hoping for something kind of cool there, but no such luck. I'm pretty sure just over this hill right over here is where I found that clay deposit before. Yeah, around here. Okay. Excellent. Double check that I've got the right spot. I do indeed. All right, I'm going to harvest this clay, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, the clay has been acquired, and I have returned home. As you can see, I've got a couple stacks of it now. I did make a few extra tools. I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of javelins in case I got attacked. I made 2 fresh ones, since I'm actually sitting on some very low durability ones. I'd hate to have those get taken out. I did pick up a couple logs, had to chop down a few trees, otherwise they would have went to waste, so I went ahead and did that. Whoops. Ugh. Really, this interface has been very... Okay, so that pile must just be full. Yes, it is. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right, we got that done. All right, let's make ourselves some more things here. So I'm going to make a... Let's see here. We made a pickaxe mold. Another thing I'm going to need, although I don't have the ability to do it right now, is a prospector's pick mold. Prospector's picks are used to find minerals. So I'm going to need some more copper for that since I only have 5 left. I'm going to need some more if I want to have a chance to make that. So with a prospector's pick and a regular pick in concert, I will be able to find all the minerals that I need. Hopefully to continue to make more metal picks. There's all kinds of things. I can make a mace, saw. I don't think I can make swords yet, but I can make hoes that give better information. I think with a higher tier hoe, I can actually get information about how my crops are doing, whether they're finished and all that. So, okay, looks like my process is done here. So let's grab that. So, okay, so you can see that it's now liquid. So let me cast it into... So how do I do this? There we go. And then, okay, excellent. So I have the molten copper, and I'm now filling it into this, and that gives me unshaped copper. I don't know if that means that it's... Okay, so it's probably still gonna... I would imagine that this gets... once this cools, it will turn into an ingot. Actually, I wonder if I can... Can I quench this? If I put it in here? So, okay, so it still says unshaped copper. The quenching did work. No hissing sound or anything. So can I break the mold off now? Ah, there we go. Okay. Oh, hey, I got the mold back too. So now I have a copper ingot, which I believe you can place down like that. Hooray! I'm going to immediately use it, but I wanted to test to see if I could actually have that sort of show up like that. So now I believe if I use the ceramic vessel, I can put... Oh no. Uh-oh, did I just mess up? I hope I can remelt this. Okay, so I can put it back in its case. Okay. Alright, now hopefully this I can put into... Uh-oh. Can I just set it down, maybe? Uh-oh. I think I may have made a terrible mistake. I hope I can use this. I'm going to do a little bit of research and make sure that I didn't mess this up. I know the ingots are ultimately usable, but I hope I can remelt it. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, so I looked it up, and it does turn out that I have to have what's called a forge in order to be able to melt down copper that's already been turned into an ingot. So a forge is a specific thing that you build in the world. It's not like a single block. It's a configuration of blocks, so to speak. It involves basically a stone structure into which you place charcoal. So I have to make charcoal, and I need to surround it with the stone, and then I need to light it, and then I can use the forge to melt down the copper back into ingot form. Unfortunately, if I want to do that, I'm going to need to move some stone around, which requires a pickaxe, which I can no longer make. So I'm going to go pan for some more materials, I guess, and I'll be back. So I've actually got a little bit of time while I wait for the ceramic bowls to fire so I can actually go pan. So I figured I'd do a little bit more poking around here, and I feel like this right here might not be a bad spot to put my forge. I've got this hot spring. I'm not exactly sure what the mechanics of this hot spring are, if there's any benefit to it or if it's just for show, but I feel like having a forge near here probably would be, that'd be kind of cool. So I think I'm going to clear out some of this area a little bit and prep for that. I'm likely going to end up putting my final house as well as all my workshop stuff sort of over there and then build a bridge across this water. I think that would look kind of cool. But for now, I'm just going to start chopping some trees down. It's kind of unfortunate that I am kind of having to skip a step. I also need to make some charcoal, which I'm not 100% certain about the mechanics for, but I wanted to try that. So I think I'm going to chop a couple trees here and then try to turn them into charcoal. So let me get this one. The charcoal making process is somewhat similar to the whole firing process. I know you can make massive amounts of it by making like a huge stack, but I don't know if I want to go quite that extreme. I'm also not sure how long charcoal takes to make, but we're gonna give it a shot. Wow, that is a huge tree. Lots of logs. That's good. All right, let's go make some charcoal. We're gonna do it right over here. Actually, I could theoretically do it right here, I believe. So you fill up one of these in its entirety, and then you have to light it on fire and then immediately cover it. I think you have 10 seconds to cover it before something bad happens. So hopefully I'm doing this right. Okay, let's... No. Oh, I need it. Oh, that's right. I need to light it. I think I have to light it on fire with a torch. I guess I can't do... It said something about a torch, but I thought I might be able to just do it with a standard type thing. Okay, there it is. Crap, I don't have anything to... Uh-oh. It's a disaster. Okay. Hopefully I did that right. I needed a dirt block. Let's grab another dirt block and fill that hole there. So hopefully I do see it's smoking still, so that's good. So I believe if I come back to that later, I'll have a pile of charcoal. I think the smoking is a good sign. That's a good sign. Okay. So I should be able to pan in quite a few different areas. Also, I think I'm going to swing around here and grab all of these torches. I don't know if each individual torch remembers its duration. But it seems kind of silly to have all these torches around that are burning for no good reason, considering they will actually eventually burn out. I'd like to avoid that if I couldn't help it. But I think I'm going to swing over here when I do all the panning. There's a lot of water with sand, so I don't have to do any crazy moving around. You can see that whole area, I think this is the beach that I initially started on. I've got plenty of room here to do lots of panning. So, uh-oh, rain. I hope that doesn't affect anything. I do know that you have to keep a forge covered if you want to be able to forge properly, so I'm probably going to dig it into the side of the hill there. That was a little scary. Actually, it does kind of look like there is a way down, come to think of it. Maybe I'll try to head down there at some point soon. I'm a little worried about getting lost in a cave, and I mean, I can barely handle fighting any monsters right now, so that's always a concern. Not seeing the smoke. That's not good. Oh, okay. Just wasn't close enough. All right, we're good. We are good. Whew. Actually, speaking of, these torches in my home have burnt out. I hope there's eventually some sort of like lantern that I can make. That'd be nice. Have an actual official light source. Would be pretty sweet. I would certainly love that. I might as well throw my copper ingot down just to have it look cool for in the meantime, since I can't use it yet. Oh, I guess they orient in one specific direction no matter what. I try to put it in the other corner, but that is completely fine. That is completely fine. Oh, there's another thing that I had seen as well when I was kind of poking around over here in the hot spring, which has my interest peaked quite a bit. I saw this hole that was surrounded by, I'm not sure what that is, some sort of stone apparently. And you can actually go down in here, and it seems to go on for some time. So I don't know if that's I don't know if this is obsidian. It's hard to tell with this texture pack. It could be obsidian. It may not be, but that may be why this is a hot spring. So, all right, I'll be back in a little bit once my charcoal has finished and my firing has finished. Alright, so it actually didn't take too long to get 5 more native copper. I did break one of my pans almost immediately, so I was a little worried that it was going to be one of those days. But I do have 10 copper again, thankfully. So I can make another copper ingot, hopefully this time doing it right. So we're going to need an empty ceramic vessel. I'm going to have to empty out one of these here. Yeah, let's empty out this one. I don't know why I have a willow sapling on me anyway. We'll just plant it. There we go. Okay. So ceramic vessel. The native copper in there. And it does seem kind of silly not to fire a few more things. So let's make a couple more bowls. Clay bowls. There we go. And what else? We have a pickaxe mold. We have a prospector's pick mold. I'm trying to think of what other tools would be kind of nice to have. Well, holy moly, scared the bejesus out of me. For now, we're just going to make another ceramic vessel. Until I can figure out what other use there may potentially be. That is some crazy lightning there. I did look, and charcoal takes about 16 hours to burn down, so it won't take too long. It will take a while, but not like a, ridiculous amount. And I'm fairly certain that grass grows, because I'm pretty sure this has popped up within the last episode or so. Yeah, I'm somewhat certain about that. Alright, so let's fill this up with that. We need to cut one more, which we'll put in there. And whoa, that is loud. Makes me really wish for a lightning storm IRL, man. I love watching storms. There we go. And fire starter. Thankfully, these can run during the rain without a problem. At least I think they can. Maybe not. Maybe they can run, but they can't start very well. Let's try... I know you can toss some sticks and hay to make it a little easier, so let's do that. A couple of those, one of those. There we go. Okay. Alright, so in 8 hours we'll have that, and probably in about 8 hours we'll have that, so I'll be back then. I couldn't resist, I wanted to record a little bit more. It was... there. It was just lightning like 50 times. Oh my god. Starting fires everywhere. I wasn't gonna record while I was panning gold, but if it's gonna keep up, this is awesome. I want to watch this and get some footage. I find the sense of wonder that I had when I originally started playing Minecraft to sort of be returning, and it's a very good feeling. Because for so long, this game was just associated with some very bad memories. I won't go into all the details, but I loved this game, and then I grew to not like it so much, and that sounded really close. And now it's swung all the way back to the other side where I love this game again. And it's not taking too long for it to come back to me either, so I Makes me very happy. All I had gotten the previous time I was panning, by the way, was 5 copper, so I didn't get any fancy minerals or anything. Also, I'm actually out of seaweed, so while I'm over here, I'm going to cut up a little bit more seaweed and get to munching on that. Oh, I think the rain is stopped. More copper. Excellent. All right, let's grab some seaweed and we'll go check on our fires and whatnot. Is that... Wait, do you not use a... Can you just punch it? Oh, I got it. Okay. I was confused for a moment. That one went flying. There we go. Uh-oh, I'm gonna start drowning. Get up there. Okay, we're good. These things sure do like flying away. The fact that they kind of don't stack makes it a little annoying to harvest. Did I get that one? Where did it go? Help. There it is. Excellent. Okay. Off we go. Alright, pit kiln's still going, and the charcoal's still going. Okay. I would have thought they would have been done by now. Maybe not. I'm going to munch on this a little bit. Alright, now I'll be back when they're done. Alright, as far as I can tell, they're all done. So let's get our ingot out. There's our liquid copper. We're going to go for a pickaxe. So let's hopefully do this right this time. Going to do this, and then we're going to put the pickaxe mold in there. And, okay. Just got an achievement. Chalcolithic. So I now have a pick mold, and then I can break and the mold died, but that's fine. So now I have a copper pickaxe head, to which I can attach a stick. And hooray! Time to mine finally. Time to mine finally indeed. Okay. All right, so let's see if the charcoal was indeed made properly. Actually, let's just to clear out some inventory space here. Dig a couple more grass up and get those combined into a more consolidated version. There we go. Bam, got it. And let's see. I believe you have to dig charcoal up. Okay, okay, that is charcoal. And how many pieces do we get? Wow, we got a whole 5 pieces of charcoal. I don't believe that's actually enough to make a charcoal block. Actually, you know what? Come to think of it, I believe I need a full crafting bench to do that, which means I'm going to need a saw. So it's going to be a while before I can rescue that copper ingot, unfortunately. Unless I'm doing something wrong. I'll have to look that up in between episodes. But I can at least start digging out the area where I want a forge. And if I see any other material, I will be good to go. So knowing how this mod has been going, there's probably some very interesting quirks in terms of how certain things work. Like, for example, do I just get straight up cobblestone when I mine stone? I honestly don't know. And I want to see what all is actually stone. So that is... I've seen this material around. Oh, I did get some platinum at some point. So that is nice rock. Okay. Nice rock. So do I not... I guess I don't get cobblestone blocks then. More nice rock. Okay, so that just allows me to mine the rocks that I've already been mining. Good to know. Good to know. I also did see some very strange sort of... almost looked like meteorites that had hit and meteors that had hit in the area. Let's see if I can't track one of those down and figure out what that's all about. I know I had seen some around here somewhere. Is that one? Yes. No. That's... Huh. So I believe that's just more nice rock. Nice. Okay. Yeah, more just regular rocks, which are the ones that I've been able to pick up. Well, I at least have an unlimited supply of those now. But unfortunately, that doesn't really give me much options. I thought that might have been something else cool. Okay, and there's another one over there, and that seems to be the sort of same thing. So, deposits of rock that don't really do anything for me. So, that's a little disappointing. I'm going to need a saw to increase my capacity. So, there's 10 pieces of copper there. And I'm going to need a prospector's pick in order to be able to mine more efficiently. So we can still got a long ways to go before we progress. This mod really is quite slow. I'm gonna see if there's any way I can get into this little ravine here and maybe go. I mean, I could get really lucky and find some exposed copper somewhere, and that would be pretty awesome. So let's see if there's any way I can get in here. I gotta be very careful because the odds of me being able to get out are pretty slim. It does look like it goes down further. And I would imagine that's gravel. Can't use thatch to climb. Uh-oh. Okay, so some of it did fall over. Make sure I don't end up burying myself deep. I could do this, though. See if I can dig out some stairs here. Okay. I've never been this tense going into what's a relatively simple structure. I should really be completely preserving every last bit of durability that I have on this pick because it's going to be, I mean, who knows how long it's going to be before I'll have another one. And I can store I just picked some new seaweed, so I'll store that there. But yeah, I should be using dirt where applicable. Looks like I could really use another dirt block here. I wonder if this entire thing will cave in. That would be whew, disaster happening in slow motion. Okay, so it does look like there's nothing here. This will be a good opportunity for me to start mining, though. When I do get my prospector's pick, I will be able to dig through the sides there. Prospector's pick, as far as I can tell, it kind of works like a radar almost. Like you use it on a block, it takes some durability. It's kind of like you're just running the pick through the rock to try to find any viable material in the area, any traces of viable material, if that makes any sense. So I need that to be able to actually track down the ore, because they are pretty few and far between. It's intended to be done that way. Not to say you can't go caving, because you can. But that's sort of the intended method for mining. So I guess in order to rescue the copper ingot that I have, I'm going to need to do some more panning. So I think I'm going to knock some of that out, and I'll be back. So I just checked the time, and I think that's actually going to have to be it for this episode. But between this episode and the next, I will go try to do some more panning and get up a good supply of copper so I can start doing that. And I think in order to save some time, I'm going to double check to see if I indeed do need to get a saw to rescue that one copper ingot. It might seem like a lot of effort, but it's infrastructure I'm going to need to build anyway. And also during next episode, I will be working on the forge area, trying to decorate it a little bit. I want to see what all entails getting rocks together, getting actual placeable stone blocks. I'm likely going to be building my house, also my proper house, out of, at least partially out of stone, with a stone foundation. So all that will transpire in the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you then.